In Ankara, a historic event occurred when Turkey and the UK signed an agreement marking the beginning of a new chapter in their strategic relationship. President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan and British Prime Minister Keir Starmer were present at the ceremony, demonstrating the highest level of political commitment between two long-standing allies who are now renewing their cooperation. This agreement is not just a formal document, it is a tangible symbol of the transformation of the Ankara-London relationship, which is now moving towards a broader strategic partnership. At the heart of the deal, Turkey will acquire 44 Eurofighter Typhoon fighter jets, one of Europe's most advanced fighter aircraft. This step demonstrates Turkey's strengthening of its military capabilities, while deepening political and defense industrial cooperation with the UK. President Erdoğan emphasized in his statement that Turkey's relationship with the UK is entering a new phase marked by mutual trust, a shared vision, and long-term commitment. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Keir Starmer called the agreement a modern partnership between two countries that share global interests in regional security and stability. In a geopolitical context, this signing is not just about the sale of aircraft, but also a strong diplomatic message to the West and the Middle East. Turkey has demonstrated that, despite facing pressure and embargoes, it is still capable of expanding its ties with key strategic partners in Europe. For the UK, this move demonstrates a desire to strengthen its global role post-Brexit by forging close ties with regional powers like Turkey. President Erdoğan emphasized that Turkey and the UK are now working together not only on bilateral issues, but also on a range of global challenges. During their meeting in Ankara, the two leaders discussed cooperation in trade, investment, energy, and defense. Erdoğan described the UK as one of Turkey's most important trade and investment partners, setting ambitious targets to increase trade volume to $30 billion and then to $40 billion. Efforts are underway to renew the free trade agreement and expand joint investment in third countries. But above all, defense cooperation is now a key pillar of the Turkey-UK strategic relationship. The signing of the Eurofighter Typhoon procurement agreement is the most visible manifestation of this new partnership. The aircraft is a product of collaboration between the UK, Germany, Italy, and Spain. And Turkey's involvement will deepen its integration with the European defense industry. President Erdoğan stated that through this agreement, Turkey is not only purchasing aircraft, but also strengthening its own technology transfer and industrial capabilities. Turkey seeks to use this cooperation as a foundation for building defense self-sufficiency, while also opening up new opportunities for collaboration in research and joint production. Prime Minister Keir Starmer welcomed this move as an investment in the future of regional stability, emphasizing Turkey's importance as a strategic partner for Europe and NATO. The procurement of 44 Eurofighter Typhoon fighter jets will strengthen the Turkish Air Force's position in the Mediterranean and Middle East. These aircraft are capable of long-range air missions, precision strikes, and air-to-air combat, utilizing cutting-edge technology. For Turkey, this step is part of its national strategy to strengthen its air defense, while awaiting the completion of its national fighter jet, the Keir. Erdoğan has firmly stated that Turkey will not allow embargoes or foreign pressure to hinder the advancement of its military technology. The agreement with the UK demonstrates Ankara's ability to find partners who respect its sovereignty and interests. In addition to strengthening its fighter fleet, this cooperation also paves the way for enhanced pilot training, modernization of air facilities, and technical exchanges between the two countries. This move also demonstrates the UK's confidence in Turkey's capacity as a reliable partner in the NATO region. Strategically, the Eurofighter Typhoon will form the new backbone of the Turkish Air Force for the coming decade. With its multi-role capabilities, the Typhoon will provide Turkey with greater operational flexibility in its airspace to safeguard its national security. For Ankara, this is not simply a fighter jet purchase. It is part of a long-term vision to establish Turkey as a leading military power in the region. For the UK, this deal holds particular strategic significance. Following its exit from the European Union, London is seeking to strengthen its global influence through substantial bilateral partnerships. The agreement with Turkey demonstrates Britain's desire to be a key player in European and Middle Eastern security. Prime Minister Keir Starmer emphasized that cooperation with Turkey is not just about defense exports, but also about building a stable balance of power in the region. This move also marks a shift in Europe's view of Turkey, which previously faced frequent political criticism and military embargoes. Many European countries are now beginning to view Turkey as a vital and irreplaceable partner in maintaining regional security. Turkey holds a unique position, serving as a bridge between Europe, Asia, and the Islamic world, making it a strategic ally for Britain in the global geopolitical context. Keir Starmer views this cooperation as an opportunity to strengthen the alliance with a country that has an independent yet stability-oriented vision. With Turkey as a partner, Britain can expand its influence in areas previously rarely touched directly by London's foreign policy. This defense cooperation thus not only strengthens bilateral relations, but also expands Britain's strategic reach in the Eurasian region. Both leaders, Erdoğan and Starmer, display a pragmatic approach to their foreign diplomacy. They put national interests above political rhetoric, opting for mutually beneficial cooperation. In Erdoğan's view, Turkey stands between East and West, and therefore must maintain a balanced relationship with both. Starmer, on the other hand, sees Turkey as a decisive force that can help Europe address global threats, including energy security and regional stability. Both share the view that today's world needs a new partnership built not on domination, but on equality and trust. The signing ceremony in Ankara symbolized that spirit, two countries with different political systems, yet united in a strategic vision. Erdoğan expressed his gratitude to Starmer for their strong commitment to cooperation, emphasizing that this step will elevate relations between the two countries to a higher level. Starmer also praised Turkey's role in maintaining regional stability and emphasized that the UK will continue to be a reliable partner for Ankara. For both leaders, this cooperation is not the end, but the beginning of a deeper partnership in the future. This agreement demonstrates that modern diplomacy is no longer limited to geographical borders, but encompasses strategic networks across continents. And in a changing world, this agreement between Turkey and the UK will be remembered as a major step towards a new era of strong, equal, and mutually beneficial strategic partnership.